Welcome back to another edition of Show Me the Nuggets. Eduardo Trinidad here from the team at Digital Triggers. Thanks for tuning in. Joe's got another high-value episode in store for you today, featuring Tony Ricketts of Lawnline Marketing. Tony is a genius when it comes to content creation, and even with all the craziness that came in 2020, he had what you'd call a banner year. In this episode, Tony's going to share some of the secret sauce that led to his success. He's going to give us the blueprint to creating project case studies that'll get you ridiculous results. Let's dive in.
You brought up and shared with me a case study about the what you call the project case studies, right? And you showed me how you've gotten some ridiculous results with that. And it absolutely blew me away. I would say I've taken some of that concept and kind of applied that to, you would call your local pages or your area pages, your city pages, right? And I've kind of done a combo of kind of what you do and kind of a city or area page, but not to, I think, the effect that you have. Could you walk through maybe or give an example of what a project case study page looks like? And then some results that you've seen with it. And I think that this is just going to really make people go, holy crap, like I've been missing the boat with content.
Right. So there's two things. So understanding how the project case studies play into the results. That's what's key. See, The project case studies are not the lead generators. Okay, that's important to know. The project case study is not something that they find through that as its main source and then reach out to you. The project case study is what gives them the confidence that you can do their job, right? And this is very important in my landscape side of the business because people spend a lot of money, right? 50 grand, 100 grand. I've seen some of our clients do up to $500,000 projects in people's backyards. It's crazy. But people don't wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to put 50 grand in my backyard, right? They go through that whole phase. And the project case studies play in at most all of those phases. But where it's the most critical aspect is on the research and the estimates. So everybody that has contractors as their customers as an agency, they're going to realize that most people will get 2 or 3 estimates, 2 or 3 bids. They don't just go with the first one. So your project case studies are absolutely critical in that estimate phase and during the research phase because it shows that you can do what they want. Now, they also help in like the idea phase, check out this project that we did, blah, blah, blah. That's great, but that's not where they're going to actually close the deal and get you the result. So here's how we do them. I don't know if you want me to share my screen or how you want me to.
Or if you know the stats off your head or roughly, anything like that would be great. But you shared a couple really killer case studies, just high level, about how these pages are performing, and I was floored.
Right. So I can tell you a couple of other things. One, I got blurry here. The projects page is by far the most visited page behind the homepage of any of our landscape companies. So homepage is always your number one visited page on any website. But the projects was by a long shot the second most visited page over any service pages, gallery pages, blogs, any of that kind of stuff. So we here's how we create the project case studies. Same structure, full overview, the summary, the meat, the call to action. But the way that we do it is we get very, very detailed about what happened in that project. So we talk about where it was located at, what did they actually do, what did they build, what types of materials did they use on those elements, what types of issues did they face, what kind of demolition did they have to do beforehand, and then how did the installation go, how was it afterwards, were the customers happy? And we like to use both photo and video in this. And we like to get before, during, and after. See, it's a good thing for people to see these projects all torn up and looking crazy with, dirt everywhere and concrete and rock everywhere. It looks like this place is a mess. And then how it all gets put back together. You can take them through that whole process and life cycle through imagery and through video, and people love it. So what we do is we ask our customers simply just give us your pictures and video. That's all. and then tell us where it happened. From there, we look at the pictures, we write all the content for them. We don't ask our client to do any of this, by the way. We write everything for them. And then we put the whole thing together. We'll also geotag every single image. So every image will be geotagged all to the same place in the neighborhood that they want to target. We will use a naming convention with the city names in 1/3 of the imagery, not to overdo it. That's why we do it with 1/3. We'll take the videos that they give us if they have a video to go along with it. If not, we can create one using programs like Biteable, for example, where we can just take a bunch of imagery and make a video out of it. We take that, we put it onto YouTube, we optimize it with geotagging, we optimize it with titles, with tags, with descriptions, and then we embed it from YouTube into the website around content that is in line with the descriptions and the titles and the tags and the geotagging that we just put on that video. So putting all that together becomes extremely effective. And then when we deliver it is once people have visited the website, multiple pages, and one of our, typically it's a hardscape page. So we have pages for patios, page for retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, whatever. So if you've been to the website in the last, I think we use 90 days is what we start off with. In the last 90 days, and you visited 2 pages, and one of those pages was a hardscape page, then we'll give them content, project case studies that have that element inside of it. Yep. So if they looked at a fire pit page, we will send them a project case study that has a fire pit in it. And then this is what's important about your messaging though, is you're not selling. You never sell. You never sell the whole time. They'll come to you and reach out when they're ready. So you're never selling. You say to them, and you put this on their social media page, and you put it like this: check out this new outdoor living space we just built that features a custom fire pit, a seating wall, and outdoor lighting. See before, during, and after photos and get ideas for your own project. And when you do that, they click on it like crazy because it's right where they want it. Typically, we'll throw geographic in there too. So check out this outdoor living space we built for a homeowner in Tampa, right? Because they're in Tampa. So this is somebody in my area. They did exactly what I'm looking to do. The same types of elements are in there. Yeah, I want to go look at this and find out what it is. And as soon as they come to that, now we've got them on 3 pages, 2 visits, back at the beginning of our remarketing list. And now we're going to send them even more. So for example, we're going to now send them an educational article, choosing between a fire pit and a fireplace. If y'all didn't know, you can actually build outdoor fireplaces. So choosing between a fire pit and an outdoor fireplace, which one should you go for? You'll give them that article. Then we send them another article. What's the average cost of building a custom fire pit? So we keep creating this content, and while they're in the research phase, that's the educational articles we want to keep feeding to them over and over and over. But see, now we've shifted though from trend and idea. Before we were talking about trend and idea. What types of colors are available using this block material for your fire pit? Or another thing that would be like a trend or idea is choosing boulders to go around versus stacked stone. Those are idea and trend ones.
Man, I love it.
Go through, change it.
The big aha for me with everything that you just said, man, is like so many agencies focus on just the top of funnel, right? And it's got to convert, and you get those calls, you get those leads, and that's it, right? You have went so deep, man, and you have taken everybody that hasn't converted at the top, right? And you've went to the nth degree, right, to get them to convert for your clients, right? And
we do it through email too, by the way. We don't do this just through web and social. We do it through email too.
And it's so killer because I think case in point, the most viewed pages besides the home page, not the services page, right? You would think are the project pages, right? And so this is really going to drive intrigue and get people's ideas going, get their emotions into the project, right? And get them to actually raise their hand and say, man, I do want to make this move forward to build out, the backyard of my dreams. Right. And that's not a decision that you just, wake up one morning and you're like, I'm going to dump 50 grand in my backyard today.
Right. Exactly. And that's what this does. And besides the content is the delivery medium too. We do, in some cases, we even do SMS. So SMS, email, social, web, Even you can put this stuff into Google's display remarketing banners. Build a banner for that project. And while they're playing Candy Crush, your little project's underneath there at the bottom, right? So.
Yeah, man, I love it. It's not hard to see how your clients could absolutely obliterate their old crappy website competitors, right? And their no content marketing. I'm sure most of your clients' competition isn't near this savvy and giving all this detail and building out this pages. And I'm sure that they're just mopping up quite literally because of all the extra effort, right? It makes them, I would imagine, like the go-to, right? The authority in the space, right? Compared to their competition. I would assume that's the goal.
That's exactly what you're doing. Yes. I mean, we're in it for the long term, right? We're not running a sprint. That's what your Google ads are for. Run some Google ads, get some people that Google it are ready to start. Those are bottom of the funnel approaches. This, though, is the long-term stuff that's going to separate the men from the boys.
Yep. Man, I love it.
Thanks for tuning in to Show Me the Nuggets. If you've been enjoying the podcast and find our content helpful, please visit our Apple Podcast page, hit the subscribe button, and leave us a review. Joe and the whole team have been working hard to bring more value to the show. Your feedback will go a long way in helping us make the show better and reach a wider audience.